What's up? It's Miliano here, host of the Atypicals podcast, and I wanted to talk to you guys about our new host site, Anchor. So with Anchor, you can now actually send us voice messages, any questions or anything like that. We'd love to hear any feedback from you guys. So one way to get through there is go to our Instagram at Atypicals podcast, click our link tree, and then from there it will direct you to our Anchor, which from there you go in, scroll all the way down, message, and you can send us a voice message right there, or you can find us directly at anchor.fm/atypicals podcast. That is anchor.fm/atypicalspodcast. Send us a voice message through there, and have a good one. Yeah,
it's your brother. Is this your brother's?
Yeah, it's my brother's. But yeah, I have to go to the DMV to get my real ID.
Right, you have to switch IDs now.
Yeah, because I don't have to, but you
would want.
I would want to. I want to get my actual address on my driver's license.
Your actual address isn't on your driver's
license? No, it's a PO box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, forgot to tell you we're recording.
Wait, what? We started?
Yeah. I wanted to do a cold open.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Wow.
But yeah,
usually I get like a chance to get ready and stuff, but
yeah, no.
we're just kind of
I like to catch you off guard.
Jumping right into it, yeah.
But no, this is the Atypicals podcast, episode 15. And I am here as always with my co-host. Well, not always, but
most of the time.
Because you won't. Well, you'll be here, but I won't.
Yeah, you're heading back out.
I'm heading back up to Sacramento, and I think I'm gonna.
Good old Sac.
I'm gonna record an episode up there. I know Sal is definitely down for another episode. Hopefully Hannah is. I'd like having her on too.
Dude, you gotta get me up there sometime.
Yeah, man. We'll fucking come up.
When?
I don't know. Whenever you get permission.
Got me.
I got it. Got you.
All right. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. We'll talk about that.
But yeah, what's been going on with you, man?
Not much as always, I would have to say. I've just been hanging out. My school semester started.
Yeah, same here. I as I told you earlier, we had because me and Kyle just got food. I had started the semester with 4 classes, and I was like, nah, screw this. And then I went back down to 3. For me, I think 3, like 9 to 10 credits is very manageable for me because of my ADD.
Yeah, and for me, if I want to graduate on time, I have to take a full load, which is, I think, 15 to 16. And so I'm in 6.
So that's more than a full-time.
Like overtime or something? I wouldn't say.
A full-time student is 12 credits. So like when students want like financial aid, they have to do at least 12 credits.
Right. So yeah, for me, I'm over, I guess, that. And I've always taken like 15 to 16 though. But there was a time where I didn't know what I was doing, like with all that.
Yeah, I mean, you changed your
major a couple
5 times,
3 times, but like I'm set now.
Yeah,
so.
Dude, I have a friend like that. Like he went and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna become a vitamin specialist," and then he was like "Oh, I'm gonna be a firefighter," and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a kinesiologist," and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a personal trainer." I'm like, dude, can you just like
figure it out?
Can you stick to one major at least a semester?
Well, what I learned is like, you got to figure it out like sooner than later, because you could be like me and kind of get set back a little bit,
which isn't terrible.
It's not terrible, but I really want to graduate on time.
Yeah, it can bite someone in the ass, especially if they're in a hurry.
Yeah, so for me, because 4 years of college is enough for me.
Yeah,
like I'm ready to move on by that point. And now I'm on 3. This is the second half of the 3rd year for me.
No, with COVID for me especially, how should I say this? It weirdly helped me in terms of school, and I know that like the whole pandemic has been disastrous for a lot of people, but for me, in one of the ways, because through online schooling, it helped me manage it a lot more to myself, which I had a lot of trouble doing before, which is why I would always fail or drop out of online classes before this time.
I mean, I've definitely gotten better at online classes over time, because at first I wasn't a real like big online like class person. Like
Yeah,
I wasn't.
me neither.
I wasn't good at
I
them.
tried it, and I was just like, nah, this isn't for me.
But now, like if I ever like in the future, if I
Yeah.
ever have like an online class like option, I would feel more prepared now.
It just depends on the
Take one,
professor
I'd
too,
say.
in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like if they're like if it's a teacher who like taught in this time and then runs an online class after, I feel like they'll get it.
Yeah, because of all the like the preparation that they've had.
Yeah,
like, through
because I feel like
this time.
before some professors didn't. It would just be like, all right, here's everything, and here's the due date. Bye.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna answer my emails or answer any Canvas messages.
Okay, well that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a shock though, like the first time around.
Oh, for sure.
Like the March, April, like area.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. Yeah, those times were crazy. The whole remember the whole toilet paper thing? There's no toilet paper.
I remember when that
Dude,
was.
it
a
was
concern.
scary. Like when like there was just empty shelves everywhere.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, it's not. I don't even think it's that bad anymore.
It's not even close to like that anymore.
Yeah, because I think people are realizing it's like, oh, there's not going to be a shortage. The problem is just like.
But I'm just curious, why would there have been a shortage?
Because I don't know. I feel like people thought like the apocalypse was happening.
Like, no, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fear that I think helped, quote unquote, helped.
I mean, there's still like enough. It's not like the zombie apocalypse. Like, there's still enough people to keep producing.
Yeah,
these products.
But then there's like selfish people who like just stock up.
Well, that's how.
Which is a problem.
That's how we lose it.
Yeah.
How we lose all the toilet.
Yeah,
paper.
because like the other day I was at Costco and this lady had like 2 carts full of toilet paper.
Really?
And I was like, do you really need that much toilet paper?
I don't know, but I remember people were stocking up on huge like tanks of water and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So
like the paranoia.
And where's this all
bit.
going? Like, do you have a fallout shelter or something?
Yeah,
in your
it's
your
like,
house?
or are you just in your suburban neighborhood?
It's just all hidden in the closet.
Yeah,
like that, like over in your closet.
What? I don't have stuff hidden.
I thought you had toilet paper in there or like something.
Well, that's where we keep it, but we don't stockpile it.
That's true. Yeah, it just
We
looks
used to
kind of
keep-
funny all in the closet though.
Yeah, no, because we used to keep it in the garage, but then the garage is then kind of taken by, like, we have some other stuff in there.
Right.
And I keep my truck in there too.
Right. Of course. Yeah. So, garage.
Yeah.
Your garage is nicer than our garage though.
Well, I forget the last time I saw yours. I think it was when we were getting your chair, but I don't even think I went in it. Don't you just have like stuff in there?
Yeah. Well, because see, it used to be like all garage and no car, and so we'd use like the whole garage just to kind of pile up stuff over time.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like 5 or 7 years ago or so,
Mm.
I don't know why I skipped 6, 5.
No 6 years.
Yeah.
Not at all.
No 6 years. So 7 years ago or so.
Yeah.
we cleaned it out
Uh-huh.
and then we started putting like the car in there and stuff, and so now only half of it's a mess.
I feel like with most like American suburban families, the garage goes one of a couple ways. It either becomes a full-on like car garage to 2 cars, bikes, typical stuff.
Right.
Number 1. Number 2, it becomes a gym.
Which we have an exercise like one of those big like machines, so it has like the pull down bar.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
And then the push one.
Oh, nice.
I forget what they're called. Bench press. This is actually a bench press.
Yeah, a bench press machine. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we have the machine like version of all those.
Yeah.
Those things.
So like regular car garage, gym, and then or just like a storage room.
Dude, I had that just
where
reminded
people
me.
just put stuff in their garage that's just like, what is that?
Yeah, no, that just reminded me that I had the weirdest dream one time involving my garage. I had a dream that one of my family members cleaned the garage, and then it turned like all to chrome, everything they touched. And like, you remember that?
It was like that myth of the guy who everything he touches is gold.
Yeah, kind of like that. But I was thinking more of the SpongeBob episode where, remember the future one where SpongeBob travels to the, like, it's one of the older episodes, but he travels to the past and the future, and in the future everything's chrome.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it reminded me of that for some reason. I'm like, oh, that was a weird dream I had one time. But yeah, that's all I got to say about the garage.
No, but And I feel like sometimes like I think in the future I want to do like hybrid. I want like half of it to be a gym and the other half for like whatever car I'm driving.
Dude, if I could have my own like home gym, I'd love to
Yeah.
have that.
Just that's what I do with my cousin Nestor. He has one in his in that garage.
He has like a whole setup.
Yeah, he has a bench and he has a thing right there for a weighted bag for boxing.
Okay.
Some dumbbells, one of those cable machines.
It's pretty much everything you need.
Yeah, I mean three of us were in there. Like it could easily like a good three people workout can happen in there.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I want to do that like later in life. Just like half gym, half for my truck. But then like it would it would suck like with whoever I was living with. If it was like my wife or something, she'd be like, "Oh, why can't I put my garage in there?" It's like, well,
your
honey,
garage?
Yeah, like if it was like, because if it was a 2-car garage, but half of it is a gym,
like the car, like
yeah, like like if she wants to put her car.
Oh, you said garage.
No, if she wants to put her car in the garage,
right,
instead of my truck, or my car.
Yeah, right.
Where I feel like that would lead to a fight, where it's like, oh, who gets to park their car in the garage?
Yeah, because one person's probably gonna leave it outside.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Which
I would just call dibs every day.
Yeah.
Just wake up, instead of saying good morning, dibs.
Dibs
on the garage. Dibs on the parking spot.
Especially like, what if it's like raining or something, like, or what if it's just after a while?
Dude, yeah, it's been hella rain. Speaking of, like, it's been raining here. It's been like storming everywhere. Like on Amazon, it was like, oh, your package might show up late due to weather conditions in your area.
I saw that actually. I saw that little alert, which shocked me.
And like in colder places, it's been like storming.
Right, and
which the rain is good for like the agriculture and stuff like that. Like especially here in Bakersfield, we've needed the rain.
We usually always like can need the rain.
Plus, I like it when it rains. I like hearing it.
Yeah, it's calming actually. I feel like I sleep better, when the rain's.
Yeah, it's like a nice white noise.
It is nice, yeah. But I think people do that. I think people actually like turn on rain sounds if they don't have any.
Or like they'll put like a rain thing on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, which they have like all kinds of like options for that too and stuff. But it's also snowing up in the mountains.
Yeah,
which was interesting because I just got back from.
Oh yeah, you went to the beach or whatever, huh?
I did go to the beach. Yeah, we spent a little time over there.
Nice. Where'd you go? Ventura.
Oxnard.
Yeah,
just to get away for a little bit.
Yeah.
And especially since like the semester was starting up and all, I wanted to just
for me
drive down there
with like people quote unquote non-essentially traveling. I non-essential travel, but it's just like I'm going to stay in a house with 2 people and we don't interact with more than people than we don't have to.
We stayed in
and we all wear masks and we all sanitize and wash our hands.
Of course.
My problem is when people like go to huge ragers and like don't care, don't wash their hands, don't sanitize, don't wear masks when they're supposed to. That's when it's like, okay, that's a problem.
Well, there's obviously a big difference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. But we stayed in a hotel that was nearly empty, actually, which was shocking because usually it's fairly not an empty hotel. It's like a normal like sized hotel. But there was like, dude, we had like a whole like outdoor pool like to ourselves. It was kind of cool because I don't know why no one.
Oxnard is, what county is it in?
Ventura County.
Yeah, you guys went when it was still in the lockdown tier, huh?
I think because the next week is when.
So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think once they went back into purple, which I think is substantial.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's it has some sort of name. I think it's substantial, and then the other one is like, I don't know. It sounds like video game level like difficulties, to be honest.
it does sound like a video game.
Yeah, but. No, I think that's probably why. Like, I feel like now with businesses opening back up for outdoors, I think more than anything, people just need to be. And sorry, I know this is a comedy show and we're going into like serious talks right now, but like I think it's just important to say. I think as long as just people are responsible with the certain level of freedom we have right now with being able to go and like get a drink or like eat outside.
Right.
It's just like, dude, just fucking don't ruin it for the rest of us, Wash your hands.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I do all that.
It's just no. I know you do. I'm not talking to you. I know you're responsible. It's just the people that aren't responsible. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Because like everyone, I'm so done with this pandemic. Like, it just sucks. And I feel like if someone like, because I know people that like haven't left their house since like last like May.
Right. We're approaching the year.
Yeah. Like I know people like that have done that, and it's just I can't even imagine their frustration when they're literally doing everything they've been told and being safe. And then it's just like, oh yeah, it skyrocketed. Now it's going down. Hopefully it won't skyrocket again. You know.
Well, that's the problem. It keeps. So
because people aren't being responsible.
Yeah, but is this just like, you think this is just it? Is
No.
this just how we're gonna live?
I don't think so. I think it might take a bit longer than they're saying. But I think, you know, once more people get vaccinated and once there's more antibodies and like what they call herd immunity, I think it'll be better. Like I think but I don't think this is it. I don't think so. I just think because of people being selfish, it's going to take longer.
Right. Yeah.
In my opinion.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. But to bring things back up, I do have a fun story. So I was on, I'm back on Tinder, right?
Right.
Just, I'm not
looking for a new wife.
No. I hope I never find a wife through Tinder. And I would say the same to anyone. To please do not go to Tinder looking for
a wife.
Even looking for love, I would say. You go to Tinder when you're looking for, you know,
the one thing
you know what Tinder, you're looking for when you go on Tinder.
For, yeah. And
then I think it's the rare good occasion where you can find like a cool person to date or something like that, and maybe it evolves. But I don't think if you go in there with the mentality of, oh, I'm here to find my true love, you're not gonna find him or her. But anyway, right. I saw this girl and she looked kind of cute, and she had her Instagram, and I forget her name. I think her name was Kia. Yeah.
The car.
Like the car.
Or the Kia. She was a car.
Yeah, no, it was a car. It catfished me. But no, so I went and messaged her, and I was like, oh hey, I saw because she had her Instagram on there, and I was like, oh hey, I saw your Tinder, and I thought you were really cute, and just wanted to say what was up. And she immediately responded, and it was like a good conversation going. But it was one of those conversations, Kyle, have you ever had it where like you're talking to someone, texting someone, and they really don't seem interested?
Yeah,
or it's very one-wordy, you know.
That's a classic right there. That's a classic problem right there.
And it went on for a few days because we'd have like very few snippets of good conversation and a lot of me just being like, oh hey, so what kind of music do you like? She'd be like K-pop.
And then
I'd be like,
she wouldn't say anything else.
And then, yeah, she wouldn't say anything else. I'd be like, oh, cool, like BTS. And she was like, yeah, Lim Fao. I love BTS. But like answering, but not even asking anything.
See, I think what a lot of people don't realize is, like, I'm no like psychological doctor or anything. But
neither of us. We're all fucking knuckleheads.
We're just
with the show.
Yeah. But I think, you know, you answer the question, and then you either go into a little bit of detail or you ask them a question. I feel like that's the best way to have a conversation.
I feel like a lot of people in our generation have really bad communication skills.
And that's what I was That's what I was ranting to you about actually in the truck bed, remember?
Yeah.
And how I've told you I've been trying to. So you know I've deleted Instagram.
Yeah.
Which has been
off the grid.
I'm off the grid. It's been a huge step up in my health, my personal health, I'd say, because I feel a lot better. But also at the same time, like that's not the only thing I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. The other thing I wanted to do was be nicer in public.
Yeah.
Which, you know, obviously, like, I'm not going to get close to people or anything. But what I am going to do is try to wave at people, not in a creepy way, but just like a hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I acknowledge. I'm not just going to look down every time someone walks by me.
Just acknowledge their presence.
Yeah, or just like a nod or something, or just something that a lot of people our age would rather just look down and pretend like everyone around them doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with technology and social media, it's definitely been beneficial, but also hurtful.
I think technology's hurt us and benefited us
Yeah,
at the same time.
yeah.
And
You just repeated what I said, but yeah.
oh, is that exactly what you said?
But no, like, cause I remember.
I paraphrased your work.
Cause I remember, and so I will say this. So you know how I went up to how I've been very vocal about my past experiences with girls on the show.
Yeah.
And in particular, one girl who I won't name drop, my ex.
Yeah.
So I actually met up with her for coffee when I was in Sacramento.
Oh,
Did I tell you this?
I don't know.
And she was like, "Oh, how's your show going? I haven't listened to one." And I was like, "It's probably a good idea."
Well, that's probably good if you've seen
and
our other ones.
And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, I've talked about you on the show." And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've shit talked you." And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, like when you used to when you'd like drag me to that party that I didn't want to go to,
all for the sake of comedy,
all for the sake of
all for you guys listening,
all for all 6 of you, dude."
I know all 6.
But no, and then I told her, because I've told like good stories, like sneaking out to places with her and stuff like that. Like, and I told her, I was like, "Oh, I'm throwing good stories," and I don't name drop you. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. And I've name dropped people that like have seriously like done shitty things to me, like my other exes. But like, I won't name drop her because like I would say we're friends, me and this person, but like I don't hold any ill will.
Yeah, and that's good.
Yeah.
You know.
And yeah,
she's the only one like that though, isn't she?
Yeah, my other ex is but back to the story. But no, I just wanted to, because it just reminded me about that, and
right, so
because it's all been, and I doubt she's listening. If you are, hey, what's up? It's all been jokes. This is a comedy show. I still have that problem. People will be like, certain people that are close to me will be like, "Oh, are you bashing people?" And I'm like, "No, it's a joke. It's a comedy show. It's all a joke."
Maybe we need to laugh more. We gotta be like,
joke, insert, funny, JK.
JK, we're just kidding.
No, I'd say we laugh a decent amount when stuff's funny.
Yeah, I would say so too.
But back to my story.
Yeah.
So I had.
So she's dry. That's what I've. Oh, I mean like. I meant like texting. I wasn't expecting you to laugh so hard at that, but.
Because it was so nonchalant. Because it's not at all.
Well, yeah, I think we're thinking of two different things. Then. What?
Do you not know what I'm picturing?
That's why I said we're thinking of two different things.
Yes, we are, but no.
But I meant like texting.
Her conversation.
Yeah, she's a dry
texter.
texter.
I know what you meant, but the
I know
other context was funny.
Yeah, because of your mind versus my mind.
What are you saying?
You have a dirty mind.
No, I don't. I just, when something's funny, I'll laugh.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I
guess. But so as Kyle said, she is dry, and but no, it was a lot of dry conversations. Like I'd ask her this, and she wouldn't ask. And there are some girls, I will say yes, that don't like just always being, because then they'll be like, "Oh, I feel like I'm being interviewed by blank person." Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, I totally get that, but if you don't input, then
yeah,
what are you doing?
How are they gonna call us the dry texters when they're the ones that respond like that? Like that's the problem here. And
then, but then there would be some conversations that were good, because she was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I work on the weekends and I do podcast editing for this show I do." And she goes, "Ooh, a podcast editor, limb foul. I remember me and my friend were like, let's make a podcast when quarantine started." And then I said, well, "You should do one. They're really fun to record and produce." And then I said, like 10 minutes later, I said, "Oh, so you're local?" And then the next day at 5 p.m., she goes, "Yeah."
That's the worst.
And then I go, "Cool, where'd you go to high school?" And she went, "Golden Valley. How about you?" And I was like, "Oh, nice. My cousin went to Golden Valley." And I said, "I went to."
I know where.
And then she said, "Oh." And I said, "Yeah, I wanted to go to Stockdale, but I was forced to go to this other school." Lol.
Hey, funny. I had a similar situation like that.
And then that was it. And then I was like, "Oh, so do you ever want to hang out or anything?" And she says, "Maybe. I don't know. I tend to like stay home, which I totally understand with COVID. But then, and then on the 20th, I said, "Hey, what's up?" And she didn't respond, and then said, "Oop, I forgot to check my messages." And then basically, I got. I basically told myself, I'm like, all right, what am I doing with this girl? Like, yeah, I have some free time, but like, I consider, if you like, Kyle, do you consider your time valuable?
Very, yes.
Especially, so you want to spend your valuable time doing something you like, or that you have to do, or something that will make your life better in some way, right?
Of course, yeah.
Like, you like hanging out with me because I'm such a great person, and
well, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to do these days.
No, but like, I'll go meet up with my childhood friend Emiliano. We'll hang out and record our show.
Yeah, I carved this chunk of time out of my day to hang out with you.
But ditto. But no, so I was like, why am I investing time in talking to this girl when she doesn't even want to talk to me? And I told her that.
Usually they make it obvious. Pretty obvious.
And I told her that, and I was like, hey, like, I basically said, like, what are we doing here? Like, are you even interested? Like, are you? And then
wait, you actually said that?
I said that.
You just straight up said that.
Well, I said it in different words, but that was essentially what I said. I was like, what are we doing here?
Dang, you broke the stigma. You became real. You're like, all right, look, what are we doing?
Yeah, because I feel like some girls, or some guys even too, that's just what I don't get. It's just, and a girl told me this, and I forget if I've talked about it on the show or not, but a girl told me that it's like, yeah, instead of telling a girl like, oh, we don't want to talk to you, that they just make the conversation dry. That is their way of ending it.
That's dumb. Just end it.
Just end it, exactly. But because people don't know how to
communicate with each other,
it's just like, oh, I'll just ignore him. And as he's sitting there in anxiety and turmoil, I'll just be over here fucking glad he's not. But then it's like, how's he supposed to know? Anyway, so I called her out on it, and her defense was...
I am so interested in this now.
So she was like, "Oh, and I told her, I was like, dude, I'm not trying to fuck.
You actually said that too?
Basically. And I was like, I'm not trying to hook up. Like, you seem like a cool person. You're cute. You like this kind of stuff.
It's what you're on the app for, I thought.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, no, I'm just looking for friends. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
That's fine too.
But then it's like, all right, it doesn't even seem like you're interested in doing that either. And then she said,
this is your way of making friends.
And then this is where I was like, I can't tell. So she basically told me, she's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't trying to dry the conversation to tell you to screw off. It's just I'm socially awkward.
No.
That was what she said.
But see, that's oh, sorry. Do you want to go? Because I was going to go off
you clipped the audio with that one.
I clipped the audio? How'd I clip the audio?
Because you're loud. Because you're very passionate about what you're about to say.
I know.
But go ahead.
Shoot, I forgot what I was going to say, though. Like, say that. What was the last thing you said?
So that's where I kind of stepped a bit back, because I was like, okay, either one, she's telling the truth and she is socially awkward, or two, this is her defense. I couldn't tell. So I kind of I was kind of in the middle about it. I was just like, okay, all right. Like, that's fine. Hit me up, and then I just ended it there. Because I couldn't tell if she was, like, using that as a defense or if she was actually socially awkward. And
the thing is, you can't tell through text.
Yeah.
That's why texting's, I feel like, one of my least favorite ways of conversing.
I like calling.
I like calling, too. Like, I'm smarter on text, but... I'm more real when I call, and most people are, because once you could hear someone, that's why FaceTime's the step up too.
Yeah. What I don't like is when I FaceTime someone and they have their camera like pointed up at the ceiling.
Oh yeah, well,
it's like that's called a phone call, dude.
Basically a phone call. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
FaceTime helps you read facial expressions too. Yeah. But the thing is I've seen so many, like, I saw this in a YouTube video. You know how I watch like self-help videos and stuff sometimes?
Yeah, you
for
told
myself.
me.
I've told you that.
Mm.
I was watching one about like learning how to have like better conversations with people, or learning how to approach people better and stuff like that. And so many people in the comments, I'm assuming around our age, were like, yeah, that's cool advice and all, but there's a thing called social anxiety. And it was a bunch of comments like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do so many kids... Well, we're not really kids, but do so many people our age
Gen
have
Z-
social
Gen Zers.
anxiety. Gen Zers have social anxiety
I think they do.
because of stuff that we failed on or something. Like, do we just?
I think
Here's where the digital age might be a problem.
Yeah, I would say so, because I remember when I was going back to that ex. I remember when we first started dating, she would not phone order anything. Like if it was like, oh, let's get a pizza, she'd be like, okay, you call.
Right, and I finally I used to have a problem with that, but
But
I got over it.
Yeah, and then I was kind of like,
time.
oh, that's weird. Why don't you just call? But then like, because she did have social anxiety, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna question it. But then with other people, it's just like, wow, can we really not call someone anymore? Which I think is what makes like me and you weirdos, because or atypical.
We are very atypical here.
Like a lot of people our age don't like to call, like just a phone call or FaceTime.
You're right.
Because they just like to text, they like to snap, they like to DM, fucking WhatsApp, you know.
But I feel like it's so much harder to be real like that.
Yeah.
And with your with that experience that you just mentioned. Too.
Yeah, because and I don't know, and then we'll see how it goes with that girl. But I'm just like, dude, if I'm putting in with anything, not even in like a relationship or a friendship, but like with a conversation with someone, if I'm putting in more than you are, then I'm just like, okay. At some point, if I keep going, that's gonna make me annoying. Where it is valid for a person to like stop talking to someone who's annoying.
Right.
But then it's like, how are certain people supposed to know?
Right. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. And I like these deeper topics, diving into something like this.
Yeah, we've been talking to. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a serious one this week.
Yeah, but I feel like we need to come up with more of these deep type of topics, to come up to talk about and stuff. Yeah. But we'll think about that later.
Yeah, because we are a comedy and a lifestyle podcast, so.
Living the lifestyle. It's a song, I think.
Well, there's the gotta live this year lifestyle.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Dude, that was a hit. What, when we were like sophomores?
I think so. I just remember one of my friends really liked it, and he was singing it all the time.
It was one of those songs that I was just like.
Is that called Lifestyle, right?
It was called Life. Who did it?
I don't remember. But I thought it was a funny song back then.
Yeah, same here. I was never like, oh, this is cool. I was just like, yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's about lifestyle and stuff. That's the only line I remembered was lifestyle.
Yeah. I don't remember any other lines from that song either.
Yeah. I mean, because people usually just do it like that thing, like lifestyle.
like how I just did.
Yeah, that's all I heard from other people too. So I don't know the actual lyrics to the song or anything.
Who even? I don't.
We can figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll Google it later. We already look up enough topics.
If you guys want to know, Google it yourself.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Google it whenever you watch, be it the day it releases or for. Dude, isn't that kind of crazy that like someone could be listening to us like in the future?
That's true, because
we've done so many. Like in 2025. Someone like right now.
You know what's crazy? I feel like this just feels like a whole record of like we have a record of our lives in the past now. And like, what if? I just got a deep thought here. What if we're like?
And we're completely sober, by the way.
Yeah. What if we're like 40 years old and then we come back and be like, remember the podcast? And we just start like, because think about it.
like our kids could find our podcast.
And
be like, Dad, you called a girl dry? What does that mean?
What are these?
Why is your friend Emiliano laughing? I don't get it.
I mean, from this podcast, that's what they say, yeah, or something like that. But no, we could be like older and like prior in our lives before, we've never we can't go and look at a record of what we said back when we were like 5.
Or 5 now.
Or like just a little kid.
Yeah.
Or even 12, 13.
Yeah.
All those.
Maybe like old journals or old like school assignments.
Or something we wrote. Yeah. Like a story we wrote as a kid. I did that stuff.
Or like an old school assignment. Or I think I said that.
Yeah, a school assignment. And then, it's crazy because I had, when I was 11 or 12, I got my first iPod, right? And it had...
Was it an iPod or iPod Touch?
iPod Touch. So
yeah, that was my first Apple device.
Yeah, and it had a camera on it.
Uh-huh.
And so then I started vlogging. Like I was one of the early vloggers.
You vlogged?
Yo,
what's up, guys? It's Kyle here. eating spaghetti and noodles again for dinner.
Sheesh, dude. You actually might have just said one of my vlogs. Like,
Seriously?
Because I think I had I would do little segments. I do all kinds of things on there.
Dude, do you still have those?
I'll show you them if you want.
You still have them?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, we gotta.
I'll bring it over.
If we ever do like a Patreon or something, we can release those exclusively.
I actually really want to show you now, so I might actually go get it after this. But
dude, we gotta get a clip and play it on here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Since we're looking into getting clips or like pictures, kind of editing into the podcast of what we're talking about, just so if like there's something you guys don't know of,
or like whatever we looked up, we can just throw that.
We can throw it up so you guys can see it too. It'll give you incentive to actually look at the screen too,
and to like see us through YouTube.
Yeah, true. But I forgot where I was going with that. What was I saying about cameras? And I was vlogging, and I think one of them, I used to do a segment where I would eat food and just on camera, and it was really gross.
You were an early mukbanger?
Yeah. I was like, this is like eating with Kyle, and then I just start like demolishing food.
I used to hate eating with you.
Why?
In elementary school.
Why?
Because of your braces.
Oh, bro, this video, you're gonna hate this video then, because it's the grossest thing I've ever watched.
Like, not...
I just like have like the food's just going into my mouth like so weird, like, and it's just it'd be like
sorry for anyone listening with high volume.
Yeah. But they're great. There's some classic videos that because it's mostly me and my brothers and my family, so there's just some classic moments that I'm so glad that I recorded back then. But the point is that when we're older, we have all this stuff, and we can I feel like really know what our lives were like.
Dude, you know what else is crazy with like the way school is going in the future? If someone wants, like, there's documented audio of us talking about the pandemic. Like, if like our kid in the future is like, oh, I'm doing my paper on COVID-19. It's like, oh, here's a clip. Here's a 5-minute clip.
Here's your evidence.
Yeah, and it would be a what's it called?
A source?
What's it called? A primary source.
That could be a primary source. Dude, see, that's
if like
crazy.
a piece of art or like an article is a primary source from that time, this would be a primary source for COVID-19.
Dude, we are good. You know, I asked my grandpa about this one time. I was taking a history class, and I was learning about Vietnam. Yeah. And my grandpa was part of the Vietnam War, if anyone doesn't know that. But I asked him, I was learning about Vietnam, and I'm just like, is it weird that, like, you're, like, one of your, like, prime times in life is in the history books now, and I'm your grandson learning about you? Or like not him specifically, but like just
stuff that he was involved in.
All the stuff he's involved in. Yeah, he's just like, no, not really. It's just pretty normal, right? Because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're learning about that he's lived through because he's like old.
I mean, all this that we're going through, I mean, it's gonna be in the history books.
Well, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, because there's like the Black Plague, the Spanish flu stuff in the early 20s. The AIDS outbreak in the 80s and polio, and then COVID-19,
chicken pox. I was just trying to think of more.
I saw a TikTok that was like, can the universe stop making me what was it? Or it's like, oh, I want to stop living through major historical moments.
I mean,
like this and like the whole Capitol storming and like.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't want.
Like, yeah, can I stop being involved in all this?
I miss living in our peaceful life now. You know, when nothing, because for a long time nothing was happening.
I feel like, do you watch Lord of the Rings, or have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I never have. No.
So like in Lord of the Rings, the hobbits, they live in like their own peaceful little like village. Yeah. And then they have to go on this like big scary adventure. I feel like we've all like been living in our little village, and now it's just like we're out and about, like experiencing all this like major historical stuff, and we're just like, yeah, can we just get back to our little village and just have things be the way they were with nothing significant happening historically?
If I gotta be honest, I kind of wish this happened a little earlier. Like
when we were kids.
When we were kids, because I didn't go outside anyway back then. I played Xbox all day.
Same here.
So I would have been fine.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's hard because I'm trying to work and go to school and all this stuff.
And go out and
go out and meet people. We're 20, dude. Stuff like that.
I'm 21 now.
Well, yeah, your birthday was just happened.
Yeah, dude. When are we gonna? Did I have a what?
A happy birthday. That's what I was gonna say.
Did I have a happy birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 20th, on my actual birthday, we watched the Conor McGregor fight.
Oh, that's cool, on Saturday.
Yeah. And then so we stayed up till 2 a.m. because on midnight is when I turned 21.
Dang.
So at 12:01, me and a couple of my cousins and family friends, we all took shots.
Yep, your first drink,
legal drink. Yep. Dude, when are we gonna drink on here when you turn 21?
Maybe soon. Yeah, maybe someday.
Have cocktails.
We'll have to try something. Yeah.
I want to get
Kyle's drink review.
Kyle's drink. Kyle, I'll give you a super strong drink that doesn't even taste like alcohol. But no, I want to get a sign because I already have the podcast sign behind me. I want to get a no drinking sign.
No drinking.
No drinking.
Dude, that's a good one. You should really get
a no drinking with a big X over it.
That'd be super cool. I'd like to. I think it looked right above it or
this
just general area.
Just general area.
Yeah.
Because the decorations are the whole. It's starting to feel a little bit more lived in instead of just a bare room.
It was kind of empty.
Yeah, because we have boxes around and more decorations on the table and stuff.
Yeah, no, it looks it's looking pretty good in here. I will have to say. I'm just sad that we can't paint it, or just do something extreme like that. But I know,
we're getting stuff on the walls and stuff.
Yeah, we're doing stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But I did want to. Sorry to change
no. What's up, man?
But I know we were talking about this earlier, but kind of want to talk about it here. So for our food stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling you about Costco and how they had these root beer float.
Mm-hmm.
These were from my childhood, because they don't make them anymore. But they had these ice cream floats, and they were root beer and ice cream in a push pop thingy. And so it was like a Go-Gurt tube. Yeah. And then I don't know if anyone remembers these, but these were really good back in the day.
So they're called what were they called? They were Barks ice cream root beer.
I think it was Barks
float?
ice cream float popsicles or something.
Yeah.
It's essentially a popsicle, a creamy popsicle.
Yeah, which I had never heard of that.
And they don't sell them at Costco at least anymore. But if anyone knows where we can get one, I would appreciate it because I really, really thought those were good. Is there anything from your childhood that you thought was really good?
Well, and then here's another thing. Second breakfast doesn't always have to be a competitive aspect. It could just be a segment where we're talking about
food stuff. Okay, so I guess this is our second breakfast segment. We
still haven't. I think what I want to do with the theme song, I want to have it be short, and I want a piano behind it.
Okay, and we've just been kind of busy lately, so we haven't gotten around.
But so we are now in second breakfast, and from my childhood, I was telling you it was. Let me think.
Yeah, because I remember you had.
Well, specifically when I think a lot of food when I was younger, I think of the cafeteria food.
Right from our.
And there was. School. Do you remember Turkey Day? On Thursdays, it'd be turkey and the mashed potato and the dinner roll. Do you remember that?
See, I remember I said, just name one, and I'll probably.
Do you remember those?
Wasn't that the day everyone was hyped for?
That was the day everyone was hyped for.
Everyone's it's Turkey Day, dude.
And I never liked the turkey, so I would always trade it with someone who didn't like the bread or the mashed potato because I love the bread and the mashed potato.
Thinking back on it, I remember it very distinctly now, and now I'm well, I guess with everything I know now, I'm wow, this wasn't actually that good, no. Or wasn't. I feel like it wouldn't be as good now, but back then
it was probably
really
bland
good.
Or super salty.
Yeah, because I just remember the mashed potatoes were really weird. I feel like they were powdered.
Probably they weren't actual. They're probably instant.
Yeah, they had to be something like that, but they were really good somehow.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah. And then the turkey, I don't remember the turkey very well.
I just remember it came in the little plastic. There's the little styrofoam bowls.
I remember the styrofoam bowls. Yeah. It wasn't there also like gravy in it? Wasn't turkey
Yeah,
and gravy?
turkey and gravy day.
Turkey and gravy, and then people would put the mashed potatoes like on it. I remember.
Yeah, I would always eat, and then the dinner roll, I would always scoop it with the mashed potatoes.
Right.
Which is just unhealthy carbs all over the place.
No, yeah, I know, but
or not unhealthy, but
just a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
But though I feel like I don't remember the dinner roll very well. I remember it was kind of dry.
I don't remember.
That's why it's helpful to put the gravy in there.
Yeah.
But there were 2 different types of dinner rolls that they give us, and one of them was really good, and I'm pretty sure it was a King's Hawaiian roll.
Do you remember, probably, but do you remember any time where they... Do you remember any time there was like seconds? Do you remember that at all?
I wasn't like a hungry like kid back in the day.
No, but when they offered it, because they almost
but I
never
remember
offered
people
it.
would go and get it. You could get it if you wanted, because if there was leftovers.
No, but there was hardly ever sometimes, especially if it was a really good food item.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And one time it was like, I forget what, I don't know if it was like stuffed crust pizza day or whatever, but like one time there was seconds.
Pizza day. When there was, I did get leftover pizza.
Or leftovers, whatever you want to call it. But I remember, so it was probably really gross if I tried now. But it would be these packaged bread and cheese sticks in like this purple bag. Do you remember those?
Cheese sticks?
Cheese sticks.
In a purple bag.
Yeah.
You know, I think I do. How many of them would be in a bag?
Like 2.
Were they like breaded cheese sticks?
It wouldn't be breaded. It would be like literally like a breadstick with cheese in it.
Dude, I do remember those, and those
were. I'm trying to pull up a picture of it.
Those were good.
Yeah, and I can't find them anywhere. Like I want to just to, like these ones.
Yeah,
do you remember these?
Those. And you don't like marinara, but they gave us marinara, and I liked the marinara
but like
sauce
these,
with it.
and I'm trying to find the packaging, but like, yeah, like these ones.
Yeah, what?
Do you remember these?
I do remember those. Those were really good. And see, this would be the time where we throw a picture up.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get to do that soon. But I do, remember those very distinctly. And
I'm trying to find the packaged one, but go ahead.
What's really nostalgic for me too about that time, elementary school, was, when like all the kids would be standing in the line, yeah. And then there'd be that, like, I don't know, very high tech box where you type your number in.
Uh-huh.
You remember that? But now I feel like it's very old school now. I wonder if they still have that. I bet
they probably just scan it's probably a QR code on their phone now.
I know, dude. I was like, it's probably like an iPad that they like put their fingerprint on or something. I don't know.
Are they like well, back then, do you still remember your number? I do, because I would forget my card all the time.
I remember my number.
Mine was 570721, and I still use it for stuff.
I don't know how I remember. Mine was 560556.
Yeah, because we would say it every single, especially the kids who would forget their IDs.
We had that. I'm pretty sure the whole time we were there, right? So that's like what, 7 years of. Well, for me, it was 7 years of.
For me, it was 6 because I went in first grade.
Right, and I started in kindergarten, so I was saying that number every day for like 7 years. So no wonder I remember it so well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to find
560556. Yeah.
Damn, I cannot find it. I can't find the picture, the picture of the packaging.
Dude, I don't know, but and then I still remember. I remember weird stuff. I remember like the smell of the trays after they were washed. And
I can smell it right now.
You can smell it. It's like water.
Yeah. Water and like just a slight hint of like
plastic.
Of like a clean plastic, like a watered down soap kind of smell.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and then we'd go to like the very edge of the cafeteria, and then everything would be fixed there, and we'd grab this.
Do you remember one time? I'm gonna bleep his last name, but do you remember one time that Carter like had ketchup, and he put it on his face, and he had a pencil, and he pretended he like stabbed himself in the eye in the cafeteria. Do you remember that?
Wait, when he had a pencil?
He had a pencil in his hand, and he put like ketchup all around it, and it was like this, and he was like, "Oh shit, my eye!" Do you remember that?
Yeah, dude.
You do?
Shockingly, I do somehow remember that.
No, not Carter Bray. Carter.
The other one.
Carter.
Yeah, so you'll bleep it twice.
I'll bleep all the last names.
Yeah,
but do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. That was he'd always do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I knew him in middle school too, and he was like the exact same.
I saw him one time in high school. I played against him, and I wanted to like go up and say hi during football, but our team had to like go into the dugout before we could say hi to because he went to I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could see. You guys both played football?
Mm-hmm.
Did you play every year?
No, just freshman year. Because they got a new coach who's a fucking dickhead.
Really? Yeah. I don't know how many years he played.
I think he played 4. And then he also did wrestling because I know he wrestles at BC.
I know that too. Yeah, he does that now.
Yeah.
Which, that's cool. But, yeah, dude. All those memories are just...
Yeah. Remember when David broke your arm?
There's a story right there. Did we ever talk about that?
We've talked about it a bunch of times.
Well, I know, but have we ever talked about that on here?
On here, I don't think so.
Unless it was the first one that we ever did, because we talked a lot about.
We might have, but yeah, didn't he like just pick you up and sumo slam you on the ground?
Well, I feel like we did talk about this, but the whole gist of it was that he was going to teach me how to lose feeling in my arm.
I don't remember that part. I just remember him picking you up.
Well, yeah, that was just a me and him thing, because I used to punch him.
Because you're fat.
No.
Can you feel this?
I mean, yeah, he told me one time, he's like, I have a dead arm. I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, when you punch me, I can't feel it. And
dude,
so
I feel like kids would just say weird stuff.
Dude, we did say weird stuff.
Do you remember there was a kid, I forget his name. It wasn't Nolan, but there was a kid who was like, yeah, I have wood in my arm. Or in my hand. And if I like hold, do you remember this kid?
I know
like,
exactly.
Oh.
No, that was...
What's his name? Do you know his name?
Was Jacob. Tall.
Jacob.
Do you want me to say
I'll bleep all the last names.
just in case, yeah. But yeah, you remember him? He was tall.
I remember.
He was new in 4th grade. And
he was. Here, hold on. I'm just going to write on the bleep times, but go ahead.
Yeah, he was new to our school in 4th grade. And he was like, yeah, I don't have bones. My whole hand is wood. And I can't believe you remember that.
Because one time I like challenged him. I was like, all right, let's hold this hot bar because it was really hot one day.
Wouldn't he still feel it though because of like nerve endings and stuff?
He probably had like a nerve damage. He probably had like a nerve damage syndrome or something like that. I got wood on my hand.
But yeah, he made it like his whole hand was wood. And yeah, he would hold. What'd you have him hold?
So it was like like the bar outside of the bungalows.
Oh, some days it gets super hot.
Yeah. And then and he was just holding that.
And he actually did pretty good.
Yeah, I remember he beat me.
That's right, but I don't know. I think that's all it took for us to believe it. But he could just have a really high pain tolerance.
Dude, I just remembered remember the egg challenge?
Egg drop, yeah.
The egg drop, and we partnered up for that, right?
Was it you and me?
It was you and me because your mom had to bring us something from her house. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, and you got mad at me because ours sucked. You're like, come on.
I got mad at you.
I think so. Or
I was probably just upset that we lost.
Yeah, I don't think you were mad, but
I think we half-assed it too. Didn't we use like bubble wrap?
Dude, ours was not that good. Yeah.
No, it was like
no, dude.
I had more fun building it.
Yeah,
the outside with the popsicle sticks.
Right, dude. But ours was the funny thing was I'm pretty sure ours started breaking apart before we even dropped it.
Did it? I don't remember that.
Yeah, and that's what you're getting frustrated about. You're like, it's breaking already. And I'm like, well, it's not going to survive that fall.
Yeah, we didn't even plan. We're like, oh, what could not break it? Ooh, fucking bubble wrap.
Did we do bubble wrap? And I thought we did sponges or something.
No, we didn't even do bubble wrap. We did like that new bubble wrap they use in Amazon packages. We did that stuff. Well, probably something off your grandma ordered off Amazon. Should
we explain the egg drop just in case people don't know what the heck we're talking about?
So what we did, it was like a competition. It was like a project, but it was like it didn't matter if your egg made it or not. It was just bragging rights. But you build like a little plastic or a little wood cage, and you could put whatever you want in it.
Right.
And if it survives the fall from the roof, you got bragging rights.
Yeah, we didn't get anything else, did we?
Yeah, no, I don't think I mean, maybe like an extra credit.
Dude, I think.
But who looks at grades? Do grades even matter in elementary school?
I don't remember my grades in elementary school.
I remember because I used to be a good student.
I passed, and that was all that mattered to me.
I never failed anything.
Yeah, me neither.
In elementary, I never
passing was all I remember, and I remember I got honor roll.
Honor roll, same here.
I did decent. That's how I knew. I did.
Well, I think that's better than decent. I think that's good. It's not great because grade is all A's, but it's like you did good.
That's
Because I remember I got honor roll too.
right. But yeah, you were saying so the egg drop.
Yeah, but no, I think that I basically covered it.
Oh, you covered the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun thing. We had all kinds of fun things back then.
Yeah. Do you remember the catapult?
Did we have partners for that?
I don't know.
Or was that individual?
No idea.
Because I might have partnered with Nolan on that one, I think.
Probably. Remember the doll one where he started like freaking out?
Yeah, he was a weird guy.
he started. He just started.
He was scared of dolls.
He was scared of dolls, but it was like he didn't tell anyone, and then like on the day of, he just started like, oh, we would build the mummies. Do you remember? That's what it was for. So we'd get Barbies and like tear the hair out of it,
And then we'd wrap them up.
and then we'd wrap them up. Yeah.
To make, yeah, I remember, because our whole like theme was ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt for sixth grade history. Yeah.
Right. And that
was Miss Jackson.
Dude, that was crazy because they were kind of preparing us for junior high, right?
Yeah.
So like we would switch around like classrooms and stuff, but they would switch for us. We wouldn't have to.
We
walk
had
anywhere.
3. We had history,
English, and
what did Mr. Clark teach?
I don't even know.
Was it math? No. Was it science?
It had to have been science.
Probably.
History, science. It sounds like something.
Yeah, because in his classes when we did the catapult, I think.
Maybe he's introducing us to like physics.
Probably. But yeah, I remember like English, it was so bullshit. It'd be like, oh, copy a page off the dictionary. Do you remember that?
Really?
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember that actually. I don't remember English that well. But
English class.
I don't remember English class, yeah, that much. From 6th grade at least. I remember like other ones.
Well, it's kind of cool though, that whole switching around class, because it did help with junior high.
It did, but man, was I still so underprepared for junior high. Like I was not like expecting that at all.
They put me in like way too high classes, so they literally had to wait for me to like fail a couple tests, and then they'd demote me.
Oh, that didn't happen for me.
That did happen to me.
I was in pretty like normal level classes. It was just like the basic like level classes, but I just remember like everything was so different.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny is I still have some of my work from 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was looking at one thing I wrote about being excited for like junior high or something. And I remember like, I don't know, sounding like really weird about it. I was just like, yeah, we've spent so much time here in our elementary days, and now we're off onto the next chapter of our lives or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have to show you that because I still have that. Like
I probably have mine. My dad saved a lot of my old assignments.
Right. They're fun to look at. But yeah, like just the whole like, I think the thing that really I was not used to was lockers.
Yeah. With
Lockers
mine,
were
because
tough.
I went to a private junior high, was forced to go to. And we basically had cubbies. They didn't have doors.
Oh, yeah. You know, some classes in elementary school had cubbies as well. Did you know that?
Makes sense. But
No one really used them much, but...
yeah. I remember with lockers, like the first... I surprisingly figured out how to open the lock. But what sucked for me is I had a lock for my football locker and then a lock for my normal locker.
Right.
And what sucked for me in high school was my normal locker. It was optional because a lot of kids would just carry their stuff in their backpacks. And like I ordered one, and then some other person's stuff is in there, and I go to the office and I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
That's weird. Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, that's someone else's." I'm like, "No, I requested this one first. It's mine." She's like, "Oh, we'll get you another one. Just come in another day." And I was like, "Cool." And I never went back.
This is high school?
It's high school. It's freshman year, I think.
Yeah, I had a locker the first year.
I haven't. Yeah, that memory just came up to me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah, but no, in high school I had a locker and I never used it, so I just stopped requesting one.
Yeah, and I think that's why also I got used to figuring out how you're opening them, because I would open it every day for football.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, so for football, you guys actually like...
We had our own locker for football.
Right. Did your school have like... Did each sport have its own locker room, or was it just...
No, it was a big locker room. So we basically got assigned... It would be like our lockers, but like our locks, we would have them on our own.
Oh, I see.
So like and it was a school locker. So if we lost it, we had to buy a new one. But basically, so like we'd put all our stuff there during practice, get our stuff out, and take our locks with us. So that like because it was during the season, so it would be our lockers for that season.
Okay. Yeah.
And then during PE,
because I was thinking, wow, that's a lot of like different activities and sports to be sharing one locker room, because we only had one locker room.
Yeah, I think it's because of the season. So
and ours isn't that big.
I mean, what of the season is in the fall for sports?
In general, there's
water polo for us because fucking fancy school.
Well, I mean, yeah, like the fall sports for us were football, water polo, golf, tennis.
Yeah, so hardly any like.
But it was only like because we had boys and girls. So
yeah, but hardly any like.
And cross country, of course. How could I forget that?
Well, everyone forgets about cross country.
I shouldn't though.
Come watch me run.
Hey, you're making fun of the sport that I do.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because you can't make fun of football.
Yeah, I can.
Do it.
Football sucks, bro.
Everyone goes to the football game. Who goes to the track? Who goes 20 minutes out of town to watch you run?
The people who really care.
Which were
okay, so
exactly. Exactly.
So your argument is we don't have as big of a fan base.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't, but it's just because no one understands. No one understands us. We are the misunderstood sport.
Now, see, if I argue from the swim portion, that I understand, because fucking who the hell wants to go watch someone swim?
Well, see, in my defense, the best part of the race is track races are a lot easier to watch, because you can see the whole time.
But I still want to go to I still probably wouldn't go to one.
Yeah, and what makes the difference is you got to know the people out there.
Yeah. Like if you're rooting for your friend.
Yeah, or like
Bill. Go Bill.
Yeah, or if like, and like believe it or not, there are people who follow professional cross country and track and field.
No, I'm sure there are.
And it's just that like with any other sport, like if you know the people out there.
Like water polo is an Olympic event.
Right. Yeah.
But how often do you hear anyone talking about it?
It's not one of the most popular. Yeah.
But then you hear about like, the
football.
Well, there's no football in the Olympics.
You're still talking about the Olympics.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, but then you hear people talk about like, Usain Bolt in the meter dash.
I mean, in the meter dash. Yeah.
1 meter dash, go.
And everyone knows about him. But stuff like that, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Or like the golf, like I'd go to a golf thing like now because the idea of like
I'd rather
of like drinking a scotch while like people are smoking cigars is like that appeals to me in my old manness.
Well, I'd rather like do golf than watch golf more me specifically.
I like going to the driving range. I got into that like right before COVID.
I remember, we were supposed to go.
We were supposed to go.
And I've been since like it happened.
It's probably open now.
It is.
You just have to wear them. Dude, we gotta go one of these days.
We should go to the driving range, yeah.
I think the problem was you didn't want to ask your grandpa to use his golf set.
No, that wasn't a problem. I was going to do it, but then we just never got around to it,
Right. Because I think this was... No, I was already driving, so I don't know what it was. I think you were just busy.
I probably was busy. It was during the summer.
Yeah.
And I was kind of busy last summer. But this summer I probably won't be.
No, probably not.
We'll see.
We'll probably be doing 1 or 2 classes, right? I'll probably be doing 1 or 2 classes.
I'll have a couple classes.
I'll probably be doing like 1. That way, like later in spring or next fall, I won't have to do too many.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, I used to be one of those people. It's like, no, I am not doing summer school. But then it's like now with COVID, it's like, I'll just do 1.
Well, for me, it's like, no, I'm not doing summer school. But then it's like, do you want to graduate on time? Then you have to do summer school. Because I don't want to go. Yeah, I don't want to go the extra year. But if I take my summer classes, then I'll be able to get out by next summer. So that's the goal.
For sure. Ready for
and then I'll have a degree.
Yeah. Yeah. With your degree, can you imagine the kind of stuff you can watch? Yeah. Like for our segment, what you watching?
What you watching? What you watching? Is that Are we starting? You're just staring at me.
Yeah. No,
Did you pause it?
No. Because
Oh.
I figured out how to, and we're gonna leave all this in, by the way. I figured out
So unprofessional.
where to split it and then add it in. I didn't know how to do that before. So before, like last week, remember how I was just like, oh, don't say anything, and then we just paused for a few seconds, and then even then I paused and it wasn't enough, and I was like, fuck, how do I do it? And I was about to go look up because there's a lot of good stuff with Scarlet and Reaper, the equipment we use, but then I figured it out. Because sometimes it can get with like things it's not too hard. I used to be really intimidated by a lot of the software stuff, but now it's a lot easier.
No, I see. Well, yeah, because, we're going to leave all this in.
Yeah.
But I was super confused when you just started when you said it, because usually I'm the one that says what you watching and then we stop.
I wanted a segue in there.
And you don't tell me these things prior, so I'm just like, what are we doing? What is this?
What I do is like I look at the time. It's like 1 hour 4, and
because the reason I paused for so long was because I was gonna wait for you to pause the thing.
Yeah, no,
and you didn't.
No.
So,
but do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first because it's gonna be really short, obviously. Because with school and everything, I've been the teachers.
You can talk about what you're reading too.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say real quick, the professors decided to just kind of drop 1 billion assignments on me on week 1, so I've been busy at that. But the only thing I can think of is I'm just gonna mention. We were talking earlier too about mukbangs on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which, what was your opinion on those?
I don't like them.
Yeah, and
I think they're weird.
For me, I haven't been watching like a whole bunch of them recently, but like I am interested in food reviews because there's a couple food reviewers out there that I think are really funny. Do
you know who Review Bra is?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people know who Review Bra is. He's like funny enough, not the ones I watch typically. There's this guy named Ben Dean, if anyone knows that YouTuber. He's this guy who reviews just really good looking food, and it always makes me hungry. So I've been watching a lot of him, but also I've been watching I don't know, I'm into like food stuff. I'm into food for some reason a lot. But I follow this
you
kid.
like to cook, and
I like to cook and stuff.
You're into like nutrition and that kind of stuff, so
that's why I'm always thinking of food. Yeah. But I'm there's also this other guy I follow he's this kid who works at Taco Bell, and he started a YouTube channel. And he just basically teaches you how to make Taco Bell food, like the actual Taco Bell. And I'm just like, I don't know why I need to know this, but this is very, very interesting information. So, on YouTube you can just go down rabbit holes and watch random stuff, and that's how I find this stuff usually.
Right.
So that's really all I've been watching. What about you?
Me, well, I started watching I got really into Naruto.
Oh, right.
I'm in like episode 75, I think.
Of how many?
And of like, well, there's 2 shows. There's Naruto, and then there's Naruto Shippuden. Right. I don't know. It's some Japanese word. But it's basically like the sequel. So it's like, because there's Naruto where he's a kid, and then there's one where they're older, and it's just a continuation. And then so I think I'm 74 out of like episode 300.
Oh wow. That's you got a long ways to go.
But yeah, I've been into that. Also into YouTube, watching like Super Mega, their Let's Play channel / podcast on YouTube. Really funny dudes. What else? I started watching Lord of the Rings. What's it called? The Fellowship of the Ring. No, the Fellowship of the Ring. The extended edition.
Oh, nice. I'm not gonna cut you off, but I did have another one for myself. But you can keep going.
And the last one, and then I'm still watching WandaVision. Episode 4 dropped at midnight, and I was gonna stay up to watch it, but I was like, nah. Just because I was having a little trouble, like I told you earlier last night.
Oh right, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill out. But yeah, and that's been cool to watch. The fourth episode really like does a lot of world explaining.
Right. Right, and that's super cool. Should I?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just like a text, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So the other thing, every time we've been doing these what you watchings for the past like 2 times, I'm thinking, man, I haven't watched anything, but I have, and I just forgot. So this is one of the things I forgot. I watched Superbad for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's such a funny movie, dude. Like, I love the whole...
When Jonah Hill's, like, struggling to run, and the guy with the fake leg runs by him, and he's like, pussy!
Yeah, dude, that was so...
I love that movie.
Dude, and I love the whole...
Who'd you watch it with?
I just watched it by myself.
Okay.
Because it's on Netflix.
Oh, nice.
And so, I was just like... Because I was watching... I always get my ideas from YouTube. And I was watching some random video about, like... I forgot, like, really, like, good movies or something that... Or really good... It was, like, the death of comedy movies, I think, in the guy was talking about how like basically comedy movies like these days are kind of dying out as opposed to how like they were at their peak like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And he mentioned Superbad as one of those really, really good ones. And so I'm like, you know what? I just got to finally watch it because I've heard so many people talk about it.
I wish you had told me. I would have loved watching it with you the first time.
Dude, yeah, I should have. I didn't know you like liked it that much.
Yeah. It's probably one of my favorite comedies.
I think it's definitely one of mine now. But
So
I love the whole thing with McLovin. That was fun.
Take your vest off. You look like Aladdin.
Yeah, dude. I remember like it was so funny because I wasn't expecting him. Remember when he got punched in the face in the convenience store?
Yeah.
And that's when he meets the cops.
That's when he meets.
That was so funny. I didn't expect like that whole like storyline to play out as long as it did.
I love in the bar when he's like, "Oh, we gotta go. We can't pay for these beers. Could I get 17 beers to go, please?"
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's a super funny movie. I'd recommend it.
It is.
But no, what was one of the good things about that movie is it kind of like encompassed like the embodiment of like the whole underlying theme of it was I think good friendship between the two guys. And in a way, like if that wasn't part of it, I think he was kind of like us.
Yeah.
Our friendship. Because I feel like I'm kind of like that. What was his name? What's the second character?
Evan.
Not Jonah Hill, but yeah, Evan. I feel like sometimes I'm kind of like Evan, like in his personality and stuff like that. So, or at least I was back in high school.
Yeah.
But maybe I still am. I don't know.
No, he's not like a bad character. He's just like super shy.
He's just super shy and awkward. And I was like that. But, doing a
like
podcast.
that whole sequence when they're in the hallway and he's giving the pen and she's trying to give the pen back.
Wait.
In the very beginning.
Where, who is it? Who are the...
Becca is trying to give him his pen back. And he's like, no, it's yours.
Oh, yeah.
My lady. And I was just like, cringe.
Yeah, no, I remember that scene.
And then he's like, and then he says bye to her like 5 times when they're leaving in the same direction.
Dude, I was getting so mad because she was obviously flirting with him throughout like the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how can you be so awkward? Just say normal things.
Yeah.
So it was kind of getting me heated there for a bit.
Yeah, when she invited him to the party and he's like, oh yeah, I might go.
I might have, other parties to go to. That's how he was.
Just what does he say? Doing other fun shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, fucking just say, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'd love to go to a party with you.
Yeah.
Spend some more time together.
Yeah, something so easy.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think.
Some people just can't do it.
Yeah, it's just.
I
don't claim to be like an expert at talking.
Or like
to girls,
later
but...
when Emma Stone's character asks Seth for booze, and he's like, "Oh, you scratch your back."
My back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, well, the thing is,
my back's actually
is actually my dick."
That was funny. That was that gave me a good laugh.
A lot of that movie is improv.
Really?
Yeah. That's how Judd Apatow does his movies. That's why I really like, same director as King of Staten Island.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got to look up more of his movies because I like the style.
Yeah, there's like Pineapple Express. I don't know if that's Judd Apatow, but there's like 4-Year-Old Virgin. You love 4-Year-Old Virgin. Yeah, Steve Carell plays a 4-year-old virgin.
I'm going to have to watch that.
And it has Paul Rudd and a young Seth Rogen. Who else is in that movie? I think the mom. No, wait. Yes. Where have I seen her? Did you see Step Brothers? I don't think Step Brothers was Judd Apatow, but did you see Step Brothers?
No, maybe that'll be next too.
But yeah, but it's just a really funny movie.
Well, nice.
And the girl who plays did you see The Office?
The show?
Yeah.
I know the gist of it, but I haven't watched it.
Do you know what the Indian girl's name is? Kelly.
Oh right.
The actress who plays Kelly is also in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh wow.
She plays Paul Rudd's ex-girlfriend or whatever.
Oh what?
That like the whole movie he's just talking about her.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out because I haven't seen them.
So I'm glad you finally watched a piece of a
gem
movie. Yeah, a gem.
I might have to put that in my movie collection that I'm gonna create. I don't know if I ever told you about
Are you getting
that.
a Blu-ray collection?
I am getting.
My brother's starting one. He's
oh really?
Hardcover movies.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah.
Or steelbook.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I wanna start just a DVD collection. Because like for my favorite movies like of all time, I want to have like the physical copy of it, so I can just pop it in and watch it all the time.
And then with a lot of new physical media collections, they'll give you like a digital version of it too, so you can watch it on your phone and your iPad and stuff.
I didn't know that.
So it's not just that. It's just like it's like a bundle. It's like, oh, get the 4K Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital copy.
I mean, yeah, it's an incentive for me to like remember like the old stuff because streaming's so popular now. It's just,
Plus that way, if like you're going to, I don't know, if like we go to fucking Napa to go camping, and it's like, oh, Kyle, or it's like, oh, Emiliano, do you want to watch the 40-Year-Old Virgin? Yeah, did you bring your DVD? No, but they gave me a digital copy. We can watch it on my iPad. Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah, and then we can watch the regular show, the movie.
Which is another thing I still have to watch. Yeah, and I'll be back with a review on that.
I wonder where it lands in the continuation.
Still trying to figure that out myself.
Because there's a bunch of Naruto movies
really
that land in between like seasons and certain episodes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways, I think this is where we're gonna end it.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
See you later.